Calling all authors, the Your Book, Your Voice podcast, hosted by Robert A. Lane, is on the air, featuring everything you need to know about narrating your own audiobook. But it doesn't stop there. From special guests, including authors and professionals from the book industry, to sharing tools and techniques needed to be a confident and compelling narrator. The journey starts now. So please welcome your host, Robert A. Lane.
All right, glad you're joining us today here on the Your Book, Your Voice podcast. A little bit different view today because we're doing something special. Well, a couple of things that are special. First of all, we have a different view, so that's special. But more importantly, I have a guest, and what's really exciting is that my guest is in studio. So I would like to introduce you. You have an interesting nickname.
Yes.
Jeanne Bean.
Yes.
Jeanne Bean Murdock. Jeanne Bean Murdock is our guest today here on the Your Book, Your Voice podcast. Thank you so much for joining and being here in studio. Pretty exciting. I love that. Boy, I tell you, we have a lot to talk about because I want to talk about your books. I want to talk about the other things that you do. You're not only an author, but you're also a comedian and a photographer and a podcaster. You got this great podcast that's going to be coming up in the near future, which we do want to talk about as well. So many things, so let's just start with how did you become an author? What was the thing that started you writing? Was it something when you were a little kid and you just liked to write and then you decided to write a lot of, because you've written 10 books.
15.
15 books.
Well, Robert, thank you for having me here. I want to tell the listeners that shortly after I sat down in Robert's studio, I started getting emotional because I love radio so much. And I've had 2 health and fitness radio shows, and I've been looking to get back into radio, and I feel so happy to be here. So we'll talk about my radio idea in a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. 15 books, that's pretty amazing. I've written one. I don't even know when I'm going to write the second book.
Right.
But that's great. Now I have a list. I wrote down the list because, there's I wasn't going to be able to remember all these.
Yes.
But I love these books. I read the book, right?
I've read the book.
I read the book.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The Chew Crew.
Yes, that's a children's book.
I love that. The Every Excuse in the Book.
Yes, that's health and fitness.
That's a great title. I love it. You get the picture now. I'm assuming that's photography.
It is. It has 100 satirical photos that I took. They have captions.
Ah, great. Love that. And then there's Memorable Greetings.
Yes, I wrote that so that people would have something clever to write in a greeting card, which in the greeting card industry, it's still huge. I thought I could help the greeting card industry by publishing this book so that people would have something clever to write in a card, because some people have backed away from sending cards because they don't know what to write.
Yeah.
So they can personalize the card by taking a one-liner joke from my book and pretending that they came up with that joke.
Yeah, that's great. So, and it's for any occasion, right? You got, anniversaries, Valentine's Day, graduation, maybe, birthdays. There's all sorts of. And you're right about the greeting card, because what I find is you open it up and you read it and it's like, that's not very clever.
I know.
Come on, Hallmark, what's going on here?
I know. They haven't hired me yet.
See, that's what they need to do. Let's see, what else do we have here? Oh, Serial Good Samaritan.
Yes, that's me. I'm Serial Good Samaritan. It's a collection of vignettes about times in my life when I came to the rescue of a stranger in crisis.
Ah, great. I love that. And, this can probably apply to a lot of things here. That's a bunch of quackery.
Oh, yes. Yes, there's so much. And the fake pandemic is one of the most recent relevant forms of quackery and the biggest medical scam of all time. So that's a bunch of quackery. The subtitle is How to Avoid Being Pickpocketed by Misleading Claims in the Fitness Industry.
That's a good one too. It's hard to find good help these days.
Yes, that sounds like a customer service manual, which it is.
Which it is. Awesome. And then, of course, successful dating. At
Woo!
last.
At last! With an exclamation point.
I love that. Now, I see you brought that book.
I did. It's a workbook for couples.
Can you hold it up to, I want you to hold it up
sure.
so that hold up to that camera there.
Okay.
A little higher. There we go.
Oh, okay. I can't see me on that screen over there.
Awesome.
Yes.
So
that's a workbook. The first 3 chapters you work on by yourself to get to know yourself better. The other chapters you work on with somebody else. And there's space to answer the questions, to write down the answers, I mean.
That's great. So in regards to starting your writing career, when did that all begin?
No, I wouldn't say I've always been a great writer, that's for sure, because we have good writers in the family. But I can't say that I was excited about writing. I never journaled or wrote in a diary. I still do not. No. It started very much out of what I thought people needed. Much of my career has been based on offering things that I think people need. And then one day, after decades, I thought maybe I should switch to what people want. But anyway, I started my business in 1992. The backbone of the business was personal fitness training. In year 3, I started writing books, the first one being the Every Excuse in the Book. And I had already been writing handouts and articles for my business. And I started writing the Every Excuse in the Book because I was hearing excuses that my clients were making for not doing their workouts in between my home visits to them.
And excuse me. So then from fitness, where did that take you career-wise?
Then I was very interested in working for businesses. I started working for sole proprietors with no employees like myself who had this great talent, but they didn't know how to market it. I didn't want to do the marketing for them. I taught them principles of sales and marketing. And then I was lecturing as well. And in year 3, I was diagnosed with celiac disease. So that's another part of the evolution of my business is I entered the celiac world. So I ran a support group. I was writing and lecturing on it. I was traveling internationally, attending celiac disease symposia so that I could learn directly from the researchers, the raw data. And I was also attending domestic celiac events, gluten-free events, representing food manufacturers, gluten-free food manufacturers. And then in 2011, 12, 13, the beginning of 2014 was when I made a big shift to being more creative. Instead of having a very science-based business with humor infused, I wanted the opposite, more of a humor creative business with some science infused.
So speaking of comedy, so you've always had a funny sense of humor your entire life, and now you've been applying that to your books. You've been applying it to your business as well, because you mentioned about you got to have a sense of humor. I mean, you just have to. And you've also gone out and done some comedy work, improv work. So how did you get involved in? Was it just looking for a place to do improv, or how did that come about?
As far as performing comedy, believe it or not, my first few stand-up routines were at funerals.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yes. And it's definitely the Irish way. a lot of a chunk of my personal training clientele and really my business clientele in general have been seniors because I love seniors so much. And they die.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, I want to go to their funerals. And of course, I want to speak at their funerals. And of course, I'm going to make it funny. So that's how that started. And then I don't remember what year it was right now, but somewhere around 2014, 2015, I started performing stand up more formally. As the routine was formal, it's not like I was getting paid for it. And when I started performing formally, it was on my roller skates. So it's very much slapstick, like Charlie Chaplin falling all around, improvised skating. And I mostly did that because I wanted to experience it and learn stand up. And I was pretty sure I didn't want to make a career of it, and I don't.
Yeah.
But I do love improv.
Yeah, I mean, I think stand-up is that's a tough profession. I've gone to friends who say I'm gonna do a stand-up thing, and they go to a comedy club, and they bring on amateur night and all that, and boy, sometimes sitting through that is pretty tough. It's pretty tough, and it really tells you that doing something like that is a skill. I mean, it's like with anything artistic, dancing, even like you say, skating, roller skating, ice skating, being a musician, being a painter, or any kind of art. There's definitely a skill set that you have to get yourself to, and that's a lot. It takes a lot of work and dedication for sure.
It does. It takes a lot of practice.
So when it comes to, I love the fact that you incorporate humor into your books, and it's funny. Like even when I published my book, my chapter titles
Oh, yeah.
were thought of in that vein of just kind of be a little, not really cynical, but funny. Like silly funny. They're like, would someone read that title and go, "What is that chapter about?"
Yes.
Right? But it piques curiosity and it piques interest.
It does.
And I think incorporating humor in really everything that you do, or you got to have a sense of humor, because then things just get too drab, serious, depressing. So that's really a great thing. So in regards to writing, do you help other authors, or have you been approached by other authors and maybe ask your advice on writing? And are there any points or that you would maybe suggest to maybe somebody who's just starting to write a book? Any suggestions or thoughts about that?
Part of my career has been, as far as deciding which services to offer, has been based on offering one already to a particular client, and then they see that I have this huge skill set and they have implicit trust in me, and so they ask me to do something else. For example, I was in a personal training session with somebody, and at the end of the hour, I was being very neat and tidy, putting away her dumbbells. And she said, "Gosh, you're so organized. Can you help me in my office?" So I ended up offering home organizing as a formal service. Or that somebody read one of my handouts and asked me, "Can you help me write my business bio?" So then I went from writing business bios, and I even wrote a commercial for somebody, to writing people's full autobiographies. So I have written and edited many books for other people.
And I was going to bring that up actually, because I know that you had mentioned at least 5 autobiographies
Five.
where you were like a ghostwriter, basically.
Mm-hmm.
So how does that work? Like people say, "Oh, I got a ghostwriter." I mean, how does that work? Do you sit with the person that you're going to write about, and do they read what you've written, and do they have to approve it? I mean, how does that work?
Sure, and it is, first of all, the term ghostwriter, I just want to be clear, that means that the reader doesn't know that, let's say I'm your ghostwriter.
Right,
Okay.
right.
The reader doesn't know that Robert Lane did not write the book.
Correct, right,
Because only your name is on the book.
right.
But in my work, my clients want my name on or in the book.
Oh.
So I'm not technically a ghostwriter. As far as the process, it varies from writer to writer. With working with me, it's a conversation just like this. It's not me. I'm not interviewing. We're chatting.
Ah, okay.
So we just chat. I transcribe the conversation, and then when I'm on my own working, I clean up the transcript and then place the text in a, a book template that I created. And then it's funny you asked me how, about the clients reading the content as we go through the process, which takes about a year, at least my clients. My clients don't read it until the very end, and then even then they're not reading it. I'm reading it to them. They just have. I'm so appreciative of how much trust all of my clients have had my whole career.
That's pretty amazing, because some people can be very, oh, no, you can't say it that way. Oh, no, you got to do this way. Oh, no, no, that's great. That's great.
The only caveat is occasionally I'll read a little bit to make sure that it sounds like them talking. It
Right.
has to sound like them. And I don't want to continue if I'm messing that up. I want to make sure that I'm getting that right from the start.
Yeah, that's a really good point. When I have authors who go through the audiobook coaching program that I teach them,
Sure.
I do all the editing and cleaning up of their audio for them, et cetera, et cetera. But the one thing that I make sure is not to change their pacing or the way they deliver, because that's who they are. That's part of who you are, how you express yourself, and I'm not going to change that. Now, obviously, if there's like a huge gap between one paragraph to another and there's just tons of silence and it's awkward, that's one thing. Or if there is something that's rushed and it would sound better and flow better, then I may add a little space. But overall, the way the author talks and presents themselves has to be them. Very important.
Yes, that's a good point.
Yeah. And as a comedian, you've got this podcast that you're putting together. Can you share a little bit about your thoughts on that, and maybe what we can be looking forward to on this?
Sure. I like using the word radio show because I have to be different, and I'm a punk. I have to go against the grain. So I do like the term radio show as opposed to podcast. Anyway, it's my idea, and it's not created yet, although I have written the first season already. It's a humorous radio show of sketch comedy. It's similar to old time radio where for example, Bob and Ray, they were from New York. They had a sketch comedy show, and they played different characters. Sometimes they would play themselves, and they also had guests occasionally. So I wanted to be sketch comedy like old time radio.
And with old time radio, then you're talking like with music and sound effects and all the stuff that they used to do back in the day.
Yes, that's what I would love.
Yeah, that's really cool. That's something that nowadays seems so unique and different, but it's actually something that was done. That was already been done, many years ago. But people, they've forgotten about it, or we're talking new generations of people who don't really have had the opportunity to experience old time radio like that. So that's great. I love it.
Yes, and I don't want people telling me, "Oh, well, there's already something similar on many stations. It's the morning shows." No, they have a laugh track, and it's not even funny. It's not that I'm up early, but I've heard commercials for the the morning shows, and they're awful.
Yeah, I mean, and that's a whole different thing.
It's
You know,
totally different.
morning shows and the way they're formatted and the audience that they're targeting, et cetera, and especially for whatever the genre of that radio station is,
Hmm.
that's different. That's different. Old time radio, listen to some of those old shows. You know,
So
they're great. They're great. I believe they still have that channel. I haven't checked in a while, but on Sirius XM, there is a channel, and that's all they do. They play old time radio,
oh.
and I think they still do that. I think that channel's still active. But that's again that's a really great thing. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that, and wishing you a lot of luck in getting that radio show put together.
Thank you. And you know about sound effects. You're definitely an expert in it. There could be a scene that takes place in the courtroom, and you'll hear the gavel,
Yeah.
or you'll hear somebody walking into the room. It's so cool. It's like, well, I've never been a fiction book reader, but I hear fiction book readers tell me that they can picture the environment and
Yeah.
they feel like they're really in it. And that's how I think about the old time radio, really feeling like I'm part of that scene.
Yeah, and that's the thing is this the sound effects are great. It really puts you into the story. Even the music that they put together for those radio shows are really great. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that, and of course, I'll keep people posted. You keep me posted,
Thank you. Yes.
and we'll definitely talk about that and promote that. So, what other things do you have planned for the future? You got your radio show. Are you writing? I mean, now you got 15 books. Are you writing more books?
Well, my current business identity is storyteller, which includes writing and performing comedy, energy healing, and photography.
Hmm.
The photography part of my business is my art. It's more my art as opposed to photography as a service. On my website, which you'll see here in this video, is jeannemurdock.com. You can see my whole portfolio there. I take print orders and then print the images on canvas.
Oh, great. Okay. Yeah, we got we got your website scrolling across the
Yes.
screen there now. So
Yes.
definitely check it out.
And then the energy healing arm of my business, excuse me, that includes Reiki, which is it's hands-on, where the hands hover the person's body and then helps to enhance energy flow through the body and eliminate negative emotions and helps the body to heal physically. And along that line, I have a program called Turn Off the Gene, where I lead people through 10 health and fitness modules to reverse disease and downregulate a gene that codes for that disease. So I teach epigenetics.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Now, for those of you who are hearing the audio only version, the website is in the description, so you can grab it there. But again, it's www.jeannemurdock.com.
Yes, and online on the website, since you're not getting to see those listeners aren't getting to see me, but you'll be able to find pictures of me online and see how ravishing I am.
That's funny. It's when I started my business, it was Ravishing Robert.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah. Ravishing Robert. Yep. Yeah. Yeah. And that was just a kind of a joke thing from high school.
Oh, really?
No, high school? No, it was grammar school. It was like 8th grade.
Oh my gosh.
Funny stuff.
Well, I want to start incorporating the word masterpiece.
Masterpiece.
I am a masterpiece. and my life has been a masterpiece.
There you go. There you go.
That reminds me, can I share something with your listeners?
Yeah, absolutely.
The end of 2024, I completed my very old, very long list of personal and professional goals. And I'm 57 now. This is 2026, so I was about 56 at the time. I figure I'll live until 100 or so. I coined the term bonus life, and I'd like you to incorporate that into your lives. Bonus life. I'm sure you've accomplished plenty by now, and it's a beautiful thing to consider that from now moving forward, that you're in your bonus life, that you're happy with what you've accomplished. You're happy with where you are now, and moving forward, everything that happens is a bonus.
No, I love it. That's great. And you know what? I'm glad you said that because we're almost out of time.
Okay.
And that is a great way to wrap things up. Thank you so much for coming in studio and joining the podcast.
You're welcome.
I do greatly appreciate that. And again, let me. I'm going to run that scroll across the screen so people can see the website. But also, it's in the description. You know, on YouTube, on LinkedIn, on whatever podcast platform you're hearing the show on. You will have that link to go to. Jeanne Bean.
Yes, thank you. I look forward to hearing from you all. All of you.
All of you. That's right. And of course,
the phone lines are open now.
phone lines are open. Yeah, you never know. One day we may have to do that. But again, thank you so much for joining the podcast. And of course, as always, my assignment to you that I do after every podcast, every live, is this: when you're out and about in the world, smile at a stranger, say hello to them, give them a compliment, because that small gesture of kindness can make the world of difference in somebody's life. You don't know what people are going through, right? We all wear that mask. Everything's great, right? But we hide behind that mask. Now, maybe maybe someone's just having a bad day, or maybe it does. It's something that's deeply rooted. Just that smile, just that compliment can make the world a difference in somebody's life. So be a life changer. Do that. All right. All right, my friends, we will see you on the next edition of the Your Book, Your Voice podcast. We're here at this time every week. Thank you so much for joining. You have a great week, and we'll be talking to you soon. Take care.